Alright guys, take 3. We actually have a new patch for Star Citizen. This is obviously 3.11.b. CIG are banging them out more than a $5 hooker on prom night. But regardless, let's jump into it. Let's talk about what is actually in the patch, whether it's good, bad, and Fez is making ferret noises. So you know there's something good in there, right? So let's jump into it. Star Citizen 3.11b has been released to Eva Cardi, is now available to testing and should be show version 6049411. Recommended players delete their user folder, database reset, no, long-term persistence enabled, starting UC 15 million, current build is under NDA, we don't care because we're not NDA members. This patch does not contain all intended features, which will be added iteratively to the notes as they become available. Additionally, some features may be implemented in a partial state. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so testing focus. Front-end refactor, new cargo decks, new space station layouts, the BR2 shotgun, and the grenade launcher. Oh, okay, so grenade launcher's in now. That's cool. Known issues. Countermeasures missiles are undergoing a small update that isn't complete yet, so they don't particularly work that well. Players are able to click play for older builds before launcher updates to new build, causing a version mismatch. The launcher may be slow to detect new versions. It's available. Verifying files may force it to detect new versions. Call elevator button in spaceport hangars may not summon the elevators. The borehole station is missing in Levski. Huh? There's a borehole station?
Yeah, remember the huge hole that you could fly?
But there's no station in there. Is there?
Actually, yeah, there is. It's all the way down at the bottom.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. Never even knew about that one. Spawning with a male. Sorry.
That's because you never reached the bottom of the hole, have you?
No, I haven't. No. Right, spawning with a male character can cause players to have 0 health and unable to move. Well, that would be a bug. Players will not receive any damage from any weapon in game. So God mode is activated. Attempting automatic landing fails and freezes the ship in place indefinitely till the landing gear is retracted. Returning to the customizer after accepting changes will cause the UI option to become unresponsive, forcing the client to restart. Players do not appear in the window during calls. After initiating quantum travel around New Babbage, Microtech, the player can be ejected from their ship, leaving them stranded in space. We need the Lost in Space theme. When initiating a call with another user, the initial call ends immediately with creating a DM group. Epilepsy warning: when hitting an asteroid with a laser, the user can be met with a flash of VFX on the glowing asteroid. Boxes spawn around derelict renders in and out when the player is in relatively close distance. The Afriel, Cinemass, and the Wemmers are empty in New Babbage. Players can die when moving to the center of the train when it's in transit, which was in there yesterday, same as the Wemmers. Some ships and vehicles can be left in a broken state after spawning. Yes, I've also noticed that also happens in the PU. Thank you very much. Boxes fall through the floor upon arrival in the general vicinity of an outpost. That's not helpful. Mission do not progress further once the player arrives at the mining claim. Chica Pachenko, whatever, does not play her dialogue lines during the first encounter missions. Ships can be displayed as unknown after destruction and available to spawn again, but will not appear at the specific landing pad. Yes, also noticed in the PU. Thank you very much. Right, that's the bad news. Let's get to the happy ferret noises in the good news. Feature updates, locations, added Hurston material variant for Hurston outpost exteriors. So that's just a skin, a VFX, a texture. So yeah. Ships and vehicles increase the constellation's thrust in atmosphere to help with the angular rotation and slightly reduce its linear drag for a small acceleration increase. Weapons and items. Balance pass on the BEHR shotgun. Increase spread while not in ADS and reduce it further when in ADS. Balance pass on the Gemini SMG to increase the spread and reduce its damage multiplier. Bug fixes. Interior of the New Babbage train should no longer be missing. Players should no longer be ejected from their ship after initiating quantum travel around New Babbage. Okay, because I'm confused because they said before that it still does happen. Is that CIG just covering their bases?
Probably. It wouldn't surprise me.
Space station hubs should no longer be missing atmosphere, which is, it's kind of handy, I suppose. The Origin M50 should no longer pitch upon takeoff. Arena Commander's ship customizer screen should now load ships correctly. Fix the Z fighting on the floor of Area 18 Habs. What? Z fighting? Whatever. The interior for the Hab 2 in Hab C of Grimhex should no longer be missing. I'm glad. Fix missing table and chairs in lower deck of the 890i. Fix the issue that could cause player to fall through the planet geometry when the client FPS is low. Fixed missing ground collision on planets display around Wally's Bar and New Babbage. Fixed missing collision with waterfall walls around Wally's Bar and New Babbage. Fix missing adverts on displays around the space station. Players should now correctly drop their weapons when being killed by a takedown melee. Fixed an issue that could cause a player colliding with transit platform sign in New Babbage, causing you to fall through the ground. They fixed 6 client crashes, 2 server crashes, and a pear tree and a palm tree. Okay, the thing that you want to talk about, Fez, it's not actually listed there, is it?
No, because this information can only be found by data mining.
Right, so we'll talk about the patch, and then we'll talk about what you want to talk about at the end. So,
and also, I found a few other things that will probably pique your interest as well.
Sweet.
And it's not capital ships.
Okay, cool. So apart from that, this patch, thoughts? There's a lot of bugs still, but it's PTU.
It's PTU, yes, and I'm surprised because they just dropped build an alpha this morning, and then they just dropped the beta build freaking almost an hour and a freaking half ago. So They are pushing these updates pretty hard now.
So for me, it's been less than 24 hours since the alpha came out, the A build came out.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they're working their ass off, which is promising, I suppose. I don't know, maybe Chris lit a fire under them.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, it sounds like someone just poured the gasoline under there, threw down a match, and said, now get to work, or else that's going somewhere else.
As for the patch itself, look, it's general life stuff. It's just bug fixing. There's no Star Runner, there's no 100i or anything yet. And there's still a few bugs. So it's a typical B patch, guys. It's really nothing new. To be honest, I've always been covering these sort of patches, and this is what I would expect from a B patch. So yeah, at the end of the day, some of the problems they have here are serious problems that we do have in the PU at the moment. The unknown state for ships is a pain in the butt because almost my whole fleet has been cancelled out. I'm going to have to reset my account soon, especially considering I keep losing my ship at the moment because I'm doing my whole HOTAS configure. But apart from that, is there anything else, or you want to jump onto the Happy Ferret Noises stuff?
I want to jump on to the Happy Ferret Noises.
Okay,
now.
let's do that. So what have you got for
O-
us?
Okay, I'm going to leave the best for last. All right.
Okay.
So, so a friend of mine is into data mining,
Right.
and he's dug up quite a few things.
Right.
The first thing is pertaining to prisons. All right.
Okay.
The security codes that you find when you escape and try to get into the rover,
Mhm.
they now change upon use. So if you don't get there first, you're screwed.
Oh. Okay. I like that. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Let me just read through these really quick. Okay. Next is apparently they are hinting at some new armor.
Okay. That might be the
Um.
Terra Armor that we saw a couple months ago. Maybe.
Well, this a bit only talks about helmets in general, but the first two sound like they could be part of part from Pyro because
Maybe.
the first helmet is item description is bear helmet.
Hmm.
Uh, yep, it's a a dark bear helmet
Like as
with a
in bear,
few
like
other
as in
things on.
grizzly bear.
Um,
BEAR, or is it?
BEAR, yes, BEAR, bear
Hmm.
helmet.
So I don't know if that's pyro. That might be something like from Hurston or Microtech,
Well,
maybe.
actually, I think they might be doing a event for Halloween because the next one on here it's called item description scarecrow helmet.
Okay, yeah. So that'd be Halloween for the both those, then I presume.
But the
Yeah.
third one is going to pique your interest.
Okay.
Item description Vandul helmet.
Oh.
It says Um, CC Conversions developed a special space age vulcanized, I'm butchering words, silicon rubber to replicate everything from the Vandal's a menacing smile to the ridges on the back of its head.
That
A
that also
molded,
that also might be a Halloween thing, but it might be
might
something that
be,
you can buy, like a cosmetic.
sure, sure, but yeah. Actually, hold on, yeah. These all three of these helmets are actually to help celebrate something called the Day of of the Vara.
I'm guessing that's Halloween for Star Citizen. Yeah.
All right, well, darn.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay,
Sounds good
there
though.
is a hidden Benny mission that's coming in.
Oh, Bernie Hedge. Yeah.
Yep. Um,
They hinted at this yesterday. They said that knowing where Benny Hedge is going to be important. So I'm not surprised there's a mission for it.
yeah. There's a section on here that talks about countermeasures and one of the options for the countermeasures is launch decoy.
Oh, so we're getting like decoy, like instead of chaff and flare, we get decoys now.
We get it says launch all countermeasures, launch decoy, a deploy noise field.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Different types of
Um,
countermeasures, maybe.
Here's a section pertaining to the external player inventory. Apparently, you can choose where to store the inventory. So you could choose on your backpack, on your chest, external cargo, legs,
Yeah,
things like that.
I imagine you'll have like pockets on your armor on your legs, and it will like, for example, have like one SU or something like that, where you can put like food or like a ration pack or something.
There's another section on here that is bringing in the descriptions for the 100i series, the 100i, the 125A, and the 135C.
So that looks like the
So
100i might be in this this patch series.
They are coming soon.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a section on here that talks about armistice zones. Yada yada yada. You are being processed by Crusader Security for criminal activity. Your HUD will turn green when you enter a armistice zone, which signifies combat is prohibited.
Your HUD will turn green, did they
This
say?
says HUD enter green zone, entering armistice zone. So maybe not a turn.
Like a warning will come up or
Apparently,
something.
HUD landing prompt abort equals press yada yada to abort auto land.
Okay.
So it's going to automatically land us. That auto.
Well, we have that in
Well,
there already. We have
yeah,
auto
but
land
like
already. So maybe they're just putting in an abort sequence for it.
reading all of this, it's possible, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now comes the fun part.
This is the part where you make happy ferret noises. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. There's a section in here labeled Navy Station. Apparently, there is a section in here where it's describing Stanton 4 L1, a Navy station destination completed in 2871, ID tag INS Jericho. It is the main port for the UE Navy and the Stanton system. It has been named after a famous squadron leader, Amara Jericho. I probably misspelled. I mean, not misspelled. I mispronounced that name, but oh well.
Yeah.
The station is outfitted to provide logistical support, refueling, and resupplying options for a variety of capital-sized ships, as
Oh.
well as a smaller array of support and combat vessels. Navy Station name ID tag INS Jericho.
So that sounds like it's like an outpost in the Stanton system for the UE Navy.
Oh yeah.
Makes you wonder if you'll be able to get in it.
Which also raises the question: are we going to see any kind of a capital ship in the future, like 3.12 or after?
Well, that's what I was saying, and we haven't uploaded this video yet, so spoilers. But I was going to say, but I think they're going to go for a release for a limited release, probably a mid to late next year. So if that's the case, they've got to start getting this stuff in, because they've got like 6 to 12 months.
Well, it's
12 to 18 months. Sorry. Math.
It's also that, and you also have to realize they have to start turning up the heat with all of this content, because they're kind of losing the race to DU right now.
Well, to be honest, Star Citizen's done a lot more than what people know. It's just they can't put those features into the game. So there's a lot of coding that's already been done, a lot of add-ons like salvage and stuff. You probably find the coding for that has all been done. It's just sitting on a server somewhere ready to be implemented into the design tree. The reason why we don't have it is just because the servers just can't handle that sort of stuff at the moment. You know, like the servers are already barely surviving as it is. But hey, server meshing coming in early next year, for example, if it does, that's going to free up a lot of resources. And then all of a sudden, you know, things like salvage and all that sort of stuff. Like, for example, we've seen in Star Citizen where they've had a gravity, where you can turn the gravity on or off in your ship, and you can turn the atmosphere on and off. Now, that stuff wouldn't have been lost. That would be sitting on a server. But here's the thing. Gravity and atmosphere in ships, that's a bit resource intense. Because if you open the door, it then has to calculate where that air has to go. And that's stuff that causes the servers to have a bit of a fit.
Which also makes you think of what Chris was talking about some time ago.
Yeah,
about
early this week.
About the rooms having different things.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what room tech is. That's what I say. It's been done. It's just not it's implemented in a limited state, but they haven't been able to hook it up properly because my guess is, and I'm guessing here, but my guess is because the servers would have just fallen over and just gone, I'm dead, I'm down, I'm done, and the hamsters just walked off the wheel and fucking went shopping. So yeah, and obviously, crashing the servers just by putting in room tech is not something that's ideal. So yeah.
Right. And regarding to the talk about salvage, I do believe it's mostly complete, or if not completed already, because if you remember, when it was on the roadmap, they had a few tasks uncompleted already by that point.
Yeah. So they're probably done at least half of it, probably at least.
It was something like 4 out of 16 or something like that. It's not a accurate number, but it was something like that.
Yeah, and obviously they were waiting for item cache to come in, and presumably that's coming in with this patch. So, then they're probably going to sit there and go, okay, we can bring in salvage, for example. And this is me guessing, speculating here, guys. Don't go quoting Chris, saying Chris has said this or whatever it may be. But, just putting it out there. This is me guessing, all right? Just making that clear. I haven't heard this from anybody. I'm just guessing. But salvage, could it come in early next year?
Hopefully.
Or mid next year? So, I'd be surprised if we didn't have some sort of major presentation like that for CitizenCon.
One more thing.
Yep.
There is also unconfirmed reports of people seeing the constellation Ataris in their ships list. So maybe it's there. Maybe it's a bug that just shows it there, but it's not actually available. We will probably know more in the coming days, and if we do, we will let you know.
Yeah. But guys, let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I know this video is a little longer, but we talked about the live data mining as well as the patch notes, so hopefully you enjoyed it. But guys, let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below regarding the data mining, around the patch notes, about anything we've talked about. Hit us up in the comment section. I do read the comments, and obviously I'll try to respond if there's anything that piques my interest. Or I might just respond for the sake of it. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section. Thanks once again to Fez. I will put his Twitch, YouTube. No, you don't have YouTube, do you? Yes, you do. You do for the video.
I do, but I don't have it. It's really running yet, but I do have an idea for it.
Right. So I'll put his details, social media and all that sort of stuff in the description below. So obviously feel free to go and give him a great big like or a follow on Twitch. Apart from that, guys, have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. We will see you playing Star Citizen or DU. Probably more DU than Star Citizen at the moment. We are waiting for the new 3.11 to go to PTU. When that does happen, be warned, we are going to play the shizzle out of the PTU. So, yeah, we're kind of waiting for that.
My fizzle. Just give me my freaking capital ship already.
But apart from that, guys, have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. And we'll probably see you hanging around Jericho, because I imagine Fez is going to want to go and check that out when it gets in.
I'm going to freaking move there.
Okay. Well, he's going to move there and have a nice, great big window of his Idris. But apart from that, guys, have a great night. See you guys in the next video.